Namaskar. I'd like to talk about two types of adulteration. The first type I'm going to talk about in China, and the second in Ananda Marga. In China, there's been a problem with adulterated milk that's been fed to children and got into other foodstuffs. And the reason for this is that people who wanted to make more money on their milk have added water to their milk and added a chemical called melamine, which fools the laboratory tests into thinking that the milk is actually not diluted with water. The problem with this chemical is that it can be lethal when it's fed to children, for example, and children have been dying in China. And people say, it's unbelievable that an adulteration which would occur, which would result in the death of infants. It is unbelievable. I know Baba spoke about merchants selling adulterated goods, corrupt merchants. The other is the adulteration that's occurring in Ananda Marga with our ideology, etc., based on the Bengali-Hindi split, as I understand it. I know we all have our own mental, shall I say, binding by the gunas that we're overcoming, and I'm not Hindi or Bengali, so I can't, it's really hard for me to say, oh, it should be so easy for you to overcome these things. But when I look at what's happening with the Bengali-Hindi split, I see it as an insult to our ideology, an insult to our guru, and breaking of ahimsa, our basic number one principle in Jamaniyama. I think that it's very important that we not lose this opportunity now that the world is going through an economic crisis, that we can give guidance, that we can be together, that we can be unified in our proud philosophy, for example. Because now the world is being faced with a crisis economic, which they realize that they can only solve in a unified manner. So we're being given a struggle on a global basis, which is can be very beneficial in helping to unify humanity. Even today in the United States, there's a meeting with G5, President Clinton, President Bush is there, and the same thing is happening in Europe, and Asia will have to do this also. But as it evolves, we're missing our opportunity to be leaders, to be Saviparas, because we're involved in this petty little silly thing of social ideology. Well, I give up. I don't know what to do about it. And the more I think about it, the more disgusting I am. But I'll tell you one thing. Without Jamaniyama, sadhana is impossibility, and the Kundalini will remain asleep. And so if people are wondering why their sadhana is dry, it might be because of these social sentiments which are putting their Kundalini asleep. Think about it. Love you all. Namaskar.